Welcome back to Wetlands Woodworking. We'll get straight into it. These three boards need to go through the jointer and the thicknesser. One of the boards we are cutting in half. These two pieces will form the base of the serving board. We then take these two boards back to the jointer to put a flat edge where they were cut. Using the table saw to cut these boards down to their correct width. And using my woodpecker's exact 90 cross cut to cut these boards to the correct length. I'm going to be joining these two boards together to form the base. So here I am using the domino tool. This will cut some holes for the dominoes that will assist me to keep everything lined up during the glue up. While you're watching this satisfying glue squeeze out, make sure you hang around at the end of the video for a classic blooper. I wasn't sure this was exactly needed, but I decided to put a brace across the back to make sure I didn't get any bow out or warp while the glue was drying. While that glue dries, we're starting on the frame, running the boards through the thicknesser. I didn't catch it on camera, but these boards were then taken to the table saw and cut down to their dimensions. Cutting the frame pieces down to their size. This piece of Marri in the frame has some rockwood in it, which I think once it's finished will look quite cool. Cutting some dados into the frame pieces that will accept the baseboard. I do this using a shim that I cut previously. That is the exact thickness of the table saw blade. We then use a shim which is actually an offcut of the baseboard itself. Using this method, it gives you the exact width dado that you require that will fit that baseboard piece in nice and snug. All we're required to do now is hog out the material that remains in between those two cuts, and that will then create the dado that we require. And that is a nice fit. Now I would normally cut these angled joints on my table saw, but I thought I'd give my miter saw a test out to see how accurate the 45 degree is. With the board dry, we can remove it from its clamps. We'll use the board to mark out the exact measurements required for the frame. This will ensure the miters join together at the correct length and still allow a small bit of room for wood movement. I used the miter offcuts as clamping blocks. I've seen this method done elsewhere before. I didn't have a great success with this. I think it was because the blocks are too small. They started to separate away from the blue tape. I ended up taking these joints back apart and then reassembled them just using the corner clamps. The fact that these have a domino in the joint as well, these should be pretty strong. While that frame dries, it's a good time to do the epoxy work that's needed for this project. Once the epoxy was dry, sanding this down to get it flat with the rest of the board. After the board had been sanded down to 320 grit, I raised the grain using some water before final sanding and preparation for finish. The finish we are applying is Rubio Monocoat Pure. It's a very simple process of just applying the finish with a card, and any excess is removed with a shop rag. Installing the base into the frame, very satisfying to see it fit perfectly. With the base installed, it's time to put on the last piece of the frame. just using a couple of clamps to squeeze it all together. Once dry, it's out of the clamps, and then using a router to round over all those corners and edges. Over at the drill press, using a Forstner bit to cut the recess for the handle to sit down into. Then drilling the through holes for the handle bolts. Then using a smaller Forstner bit on the underside to cut the recess for the bolt heads to sit down inside of. Lastly, it's hand sanding to prepare this for finish. Again, we are using Rubio Monocoat Pure for the finish and just applying this with a shop rag. I think that section of rotwood looks really nice. Installing the carry handles. And lastly, applying my brand. And there it is, one completed tea serving board. If you liked the video, please remember to like and subscribe, and check out the other great content from Wetlands Woodworking. Well, it's probably obvious to most people watching this video that someone has forgotten to install the baseboard. What an idiot. He hasn't realised yet, but he soon will.